Hello Saturnians. So, this is going to be a very quick video with a simple tarot tip to improve your tarot readings. So, this morning I was reading tarot to myself as I do every day. And this is what my daily draw looks like. I pick three cards, and the Seven of Swords came up in the advice position. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to explain to you how I read tricky cards in the advice position and great cards in the challenge position, because I got the Fool in the challenge position. So I immediately turned on the camera because I wanted to explain to you how I am interpreting these cards. Alright, so the sun here is the focus of the day. And I am really working on a project these days, and I had this project in mind when I picked my three cards. So this is the focus of the day and it's my project, right? So, as the challenge, I got the Fool, and the first thing that caught my attention here is, if you look at the Fool, he's staring at the opposite direction. And here I have the Seven of Swords as the advice. And there is something interesting going on here. Let me try to explain, but first, coffee. Alright, so can you see how the Sun card here, it means my project and whatever I am working on, right? Can you see how the Fool is looking at the opposite direction and the Sun is literally behind him? So I am interpreting that the obstacle here is being too distracted by other things, not acting according to plan, not doing what I am supposed to do because I am distracted, looking elsewhere, right? So the Fool here, the challenge, means distraction, not acting according to plan, being very optimistic and not paying attention to the things that I have to do. And in both cards, like in the Fool card, the Sun is literally behind him. And my project is at the opposite direction. Now, the interesting thing here is that when I got the Seven of Swords in the advice position, can you see how apparently the guy in the Seven of Swords is also looking elsewhere? However, if you look at his feet, he's running right towards the Sun. And what am I interpreting here? That this Seven of Swords, which is the advice, is actually going towards the Sun, while the Fool is going the opposite direction. So what I am understanding here is that in order to focus on my project, I have to embody the archetype of the Seven of Swords. And I know traditionally the Seven of Swords is a little shady, a little tricky. He's looking behind because he doesn't want people to know where he's going. But because this is the advice position, what I am understanding here is that I need to be a little secretive about my project. Nowadays we tend to overshare stuff. So the advice is to not overshare, okay? So the sword suit relates to the air element, therefore we're talking about communication, intellect, knowledge, projects, right? So this guy is silently taking his swords elsewhere, and he's making sure nobody is seeing where he's going. So I think this is very good advice. Again, I think we tend to overshare. So I just picked two extra cards, one to clarify the Fool, and then I got the Two of Wands. And can you see what I see here? This guy in the Two of Wands is also looking in the opposite direction, which means that if I don't pay attention, if I act like the fool and I am very carefree about my plans, I might never leave the initial stages of planning and wishing and wondering. And this is what the distraction is all about, right? And then I got an extra card to clarify the Seven of Swords. And here is what I got, the Nine of Wands, which by the way is also a very tricky card. But one thing caught my attention. Can you see it? That this guy in the Nine of Wands is staring straight at the sun. Wow, this message was so obvious to me. The Nine of Wands is about, self-defense. So I understand that the Seven of Swords is about protecting my plans, protecting my ideas from other people. This is the self-defense that this Nine of Wands is talking about. And then this guy is staring at the sun. So yeah, this was a very eye-opening reading for me this morning. And what I wanted to share with you today is this. There are hidden messages in the directions of the cards. The cards in a reading, they arrange themselves in a way to form a cohesive story, right? And our subconscious mind knows the meanings of directions instinctively because this is also present in the way we process thoughts and emotions. But this is a topic for another video. Right now, I think it is a good idea to pay attention to how the cards are interacting with each other. Are they facing each other or are they facing away? Maybe you are doing a reading about a certain relationship and the cards are facing away from each other. They're not seeing eye to eye. Can you see where I'm heading here? So this is going to reveal many hidden messages. This will add an extra layer of interpretation to your readings. All right, so yeah, this is what I wanted to share. I hope you found this helpful and thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, please say hello in the comments so that I know who you are. And if you are coming back, thank you so much for coming back and always being here. Okay guys, see you next time. Bye bye.